is basically D stands for Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, which is actually, if you recall, it's me, mine, and I, and always selfish and spiritually blind. So that's D for Duryodhan and Dhritarashtra. O is for ominous result, because there were signs that ominous result is wherever Krishna is with you, and the other signs which I mentioned, the result was ominous, that it's always victory towards the dharma side rather than the other side. U is uncertainty, because Arjun was very much uncertain on what to do, because on the other side there was his relatives, and he didn't want to, he said doesn't want to fight, so that was uncertain. He was very much uncertain. Then B is for bewilderment. So he was becoming bewildered because he was seeing the consequences of the warfare, and he was saying, you know, I can't be doing this. He was almost about to cry. So and T is the turning point, which he says, what will happen? It will be cruel and heartless. He was thinking of everything. You know, soldiers shouldn't be doing. But although he was a soldier, he was thinking like that. So that was his turning point. So if people can remember that, can everyone remember doubt?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. So do you want me to continue with Gita?
We do the second one and then we can stop.
Okay.
Please excuse me, I have to go. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow Rukma Prabhuji is there, so kindly.
Okay, lovely. No problem. No. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Ravi Bhai.
Thank you, Avinash.
Thank you.
Avinash or Avnish?
Avinash.
Avinash. Okay, Avinash. Thank you.
Okay, so contents of Gita summarized. So that is, can somebody read this one?
So chapter 2, contents of the Gita summarized. Chapter 2 is succinct overview of the Gita's philosophy. Arjuna approaches Krishna in the mood of humility and desperation, inviting Krishna to present the most fundamental aspect of spiritual wisdom, the science of self. Krishna then explains the practical applications of such wisdom and concludes by delineating the symptoms of one who has fully realized such truths. In this way, Krishna summarizes the spiritual journey from beginning to end. In one sense, however, there is no end to the spiritual journey because this is the point at which real life begins.
Okay, basically this is the summary of Bhagavad-Gita, and if you read this, you will actually understand what Gita is about. But you need to read even further, because we said some time ago that there is quite a lot of knowledge even in the further chapter. So you don't finish at chapter 2, but when you read chapter 2, you get the gist of actually what Gita is trying to tell us. So we'll go into acronyms. So Gita, acronym for Gita is Gita. Yeah. So chapter 2 is Gita. Contents of Gita summarized. So acronym is Gita as well. So if somebody wants to go with G first.
Prabhuji, it's very small. We can't read it. So
Shall I read it then?
Yes, Prabhuji. It's very small for us. I can't increase it because you have the rights. So.
I'm able to read.
Oh, you are able to read. Okay.
Okay, so Guru, determined not to fight, but simultaneously torn and confused, Arjuna approaches Krishna in desperation. Yes, okay.
Can you read it, or shall I reduce it again?
From my side, I am able. I don't know
Okay.
about the rest. I am in dire need of guidance. He humbly submits. Please enlighten me so that I can mitigate my miserable condition. Arjuna teaches us the first fundamental step in spirituality, seeking help from a guru who comes in an authentic lineage of teachers and who has mastered the spiritual art. Most things in life require guidance and instruction under a qualified teacher, and the spiritual path is no different. One may argue that everything they require for their spirituality is contained within, and while this may be true, we still require help to reawaken that innate spiritual consciousness. As the saying goes, one who accepts himself as a guru accepts a fool for a disciple.
Okay, so this is very nice. We all need a guru. We sometimes think, oh, I can read Bhagavad-Gita myself. I can read Srimad Bhagavatam myself and realize, but actually we all need a guru. We need an expert who can actually guide us. So G stands for guru, and actually in 2.7, Arjun said, now you be my teacher, you be my guru. I'm surrendering unto you. So you tell me what I have to do. So that's what it is for G. Now I for identity. Can anyone read, or can I go with identity? Me and Prahlad can alternate between the two.
Hare Krishna, I'll try.
Okay.
Identity 11 to 30. Krishna begins by teaching Arjuna the most fundamental understanding of spiritual life. As the bird lives in a cage, and as the driver operates a car, we, the spirit soul, similarly inhabit, animate, and utilize this body. Although living within the body, we are simultaneously different from it, temporarily operating it to perform activities, fulfill our desires, and interact with the world around us. Until we realize our true identity as spirit souls, we undergo the process of reincarnation, accepting unnatural material bodies and the subsequent sufferings and distresses of life in this material world. This is the first teaching that the Guru imparts, knowledge of who we really are. While it may seem elementary and basic, such wisdom has seldom been understood and truly realized. This answer to the basic question of who am I can set the soul free. It is an answer that is worth hearing again and again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. This is the thing, identity, we are soul. Quite a lot of people don't understand that actually we are the spirit soul. Sometimes people get mistaken. Even us, we sometimes get mistaken. We think we are this body, but actually we are the soul. Quite a lot of people in the other religion group, they think we are not the soul. So yeah, so that's what identity is about. So next one is two duties. Can I read this one? One may then ask how such knowledge practically affects our day-to-day life in the real world. Krishna addresses this by delineating the two essential duties of the spirit soul. Dharma loosely translates as duty, but in the deeper sense refers to intrinsic characteristic of qualities of something that cannot be avoided, neglected, or negated under any circumstances. Firstly, the embodied soul has a swadharma, a worldly compromises of one relationship with God, nature, and spirit soul. One must, worldly duty, which consists of responsibility towards family, friends, and society. So, swadharma is towards friends, for society, and family, friends, and society. Secondly, the soul has a sanatan dharma, an eternal spiritual duty, which comprises of one's relationship with God, nature, and spirit soul. One must execute both dharmas side by side. Many individuals neglect their Sanatan Dharma, becoming preoccupied in their Swadharma. On the other extreme, individual may permanently reject their Swadharma artificially, attempt to absorb themselves in Sanatan Dharma. The most progressive path is to be fully alert to both duties, and in doing so, lead to balanced and progressive material and spiritual life. So two duties, Sanatan Dharma and Swadharma. So we should be always go in a parallel, like a train track. So one track should be your spiritual, one should be a Sanatan. But eventually your balance towards spiritual life should be increasing, and your Swadharma should be decreasing as we grow older. And this is what is recommended. Okay. Next one is Atmaram. Does anyone want to read Atmaram?
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll read Atmaram.
Sorry. Okay.
Atmaram. What is the result of someone who performs such duties with determination and enthusiasm? Such a person will become an Atmaram, a spiritually realized soul who finds pleasure in the self. Krishna explains how the Atmaram is unaffected by happiness or distress, gain or loss, honor or dishonor. Transcending the dualities of this world, such a spiritualist rids himself of qualities of such as fear, attachment, anger, and remains absorbed in spiritual joy and transcendental consciousness.
So Atmaram basically is being content. So you see, people are always content. Whatever, I'm happy with what I've been, So you're not actually worried about anything else. You're content. And there is one person today. We were at our work, and he's always reliant on Krishna. Whatever happens, oh, Krishna is there for me. So he's always content. And he actually reminded me that this person is happy in whatever position he is in. So this is to be content. So do we remember the acronyms now? If I say for the first chapter, would you be able to know what doubt stands for? So if I have to ask what D stands for, would you remember? Somebody can say what D stands for?
Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana.
Okay.
They were spiritually blind.
Yeah. And anyone else for O?
Ominous result.
Ominous results. And this is because
there were lots of chinhas, or there were lots of things that led to these, that the Pandavas will win because they had Krishna on their side. On that chariot was from Indra. On the flag there was Hanuman, and because Krishna was there with them, they had Lakshmi with them. And the very place that they were going to fight was Kurukshetra, which was Dharma Kshetra.
yeah. So that is O, ominous results. And anyone wants to go for U? We won't do Gita now. We'll do just first one, doubt.
Yes. U stand. Anybody before I go? U stands for uncertainty. I guess Arjuna was uncertain that on the opposite side there are all these relatives of mine and cousins of mine, and should I fight or not fight, or what should I do? He was uncertain.
Yeah. And B?
B is for bewilderment or confused. He was very confused. He was confused of, if we fought this war, what will happen? What will happen to the progeny? What will happen to the women? All these soldiers will die.
Yeah. And finally, T.
Then it was the turning point where he said, "Now I'm not doing this fight at all."
Yeah, he said, I'd rather just go and be in the Himalayas and rather than, instead of fighting. So he says, this is a better place for me. Go to Himalaya and be a sadhu. So yeah, that's doubt. I mean, I don't know. If people found this useful, so we can do acronyms next time as well.
Yes, Prabhuji, I
Very
found it.
useful, Prabhuji.
I remember head also now, and now I'll try to remember doubt also. So I have found it very useful. Thank you, Prabhuji. And we can do the next ones on Saturday. Whenever we don't have a speaker, when we are among ourselves, we can keep on revising at least one acronym. The one before, we can just revise and we start another one.
Yeah. I mean, I can share the slides, and people can then afterwards, every now and then we can remind ourselves what does chapter 1 and it talks about, and what chapter 2 talks about, and so on.
Yes, Prabhuji, we'll be grateful if you shared the slides, but once also you had shared it before, but
Okay.
I don't think we read it. At least I didn't read it properly.
Okay.
But this is a better exercise. So yes, please share for the fast learners, but I'm a slow learner, so I would like to do it this way.
No, I mean that we'll do it this way, and then finally we can all share it, and then we can recap it every now and then. So it's good to have a recap.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Prabhuji. Tomorrow is Rukma Prabhuji. So on Saturday we can do Gita and the next acronym.
Okay.
So
Thank
let's
you.
chant the Maha Mantra, everybody. Let's follow our protocol that we have been following. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Kripa
Sindhubhya eva cha
Patitanam
patitanam
Pavanebhyo
pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo
Namo
namaha.
Srila Prabhupada
Ki jai.
Jai,
Avinash Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai,
All Vaishnava ki jai. Hare
Jai.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.